Most golf cart chargers fail because they were never matched to the right battery chemistry, and owners blame the charger. I've thoroughly researched the top models so you don't get burned. One option here costs significantly less and still outperforms chargers twice its price. Links are in the description, and stick around until the end because the winner will surprise you. The wrong charger doesn't just charge slowly, it can kill your battery faster, trip your device's safety circuit, or in the worst cases, become a fire hazard. And the scary part? Most people have no idea they bought the wrong one. They just see a USB-C port and assume compatible means correct. It doesn't. Voltage, amperage, wattage ceilings, these specs determine whether your device charges safely or gets quietly damaged over months. Brand name means almost nothing here. A $12 no-name can outperform a $45 recognizable logo, and I'll show you exactly where that happens. By the end of this video, you'll know which chargers actually deliver what they promise, which ones are quietly cutting corners, and which single pick gives you the most safety and speed for your money. Let's get into it. So you own an EZGO TXT, you've got a dead pack, and you want one charger that handles whatever chemistry you throw at it. Lead acid today, lithium tomorrow. That's exactly the pitch Form is making with their 36-volt 18-amp charger, sitting at $229.95 at the time of this video. For that price, it's the most expensive unit in this ranking. Let that sink in for a second. You're paying a premium, so the question is whether it earns it. The connector is the correct D-style PowerWise plug. No adapter headaches, pure plug-and-play for TXT owners. Output is 36 volts at 18 amps, it carries an IP67 waterproof rating, and Form claims it covers lead acid and LiFePO4 chemistry with automatic maintenance mode once the pack tops off. On paper, that's a solid spec sheet. The 24-month warranty and US-based support are genuinely reassuring. Here's the honest rub, though. With 1,936 reviews at 4.6 stars, confidence in day-to-day durability is softer than that rating implies, and multi-chemistry performance in real-world conditions draws more mixed signals than a charger at this price point should. If you're a dedicated EZGO TXT owner who parks the cart outside in all weather and wants hands-off maintenance charging, it's a reasonable fit. But the value math gets uncomfortable when the next charger on this list does more for less. If you own a Club Car DS or Precedent specifically, this next one is built with that exact card in mind. At $99.99 at the time of this video, the Tram Route 15A charger sits right in the middle of this field. Not the cheapest, not the most capable, but purpose-built for one job. That focus is both its strength and its ceiling. Design is solid. Aluminum housing, IP67 waterproof rating, 5.5 pounds, and a 16-foot cable that actually reaches a real parking spot. The one-piece plug uses solid copper conductors, not hollow pins, so you're not fighting a loose connection every time you plug in. Smart trickle charge mode kicks in at full capacity and adjusts for temperature, which matters if your cart sits in a garage that turns into an oven every summer. Now, the trade-offs. 15 amps is functional, but compared to 18 amp alternatives in this price range, your charge window is noticeably longer. The review base is thin. 214 ratings at a 4.4 average tells you it works, but it doesn't tell you much about how it holds up after 2 seasons of regular use. For a dedicated club car owner who wants plug-and-play reliability and isn't in a hurry, it's a fair buy. But if your cart isn't club car or you want faster throughput, keep watching, because the next pick changes the math entirely. So here's the scenario. Your cart works fine, your old charger just died, and you do not want to drop $100+ on a replacement. That is exactly where the DUBEI-HU 36 volts 18 amps charger lives. At $79.99 at the time of this video, it is the most affordable option in this lineup by a meaningful margin. The 3-stage charging system handles bulk, absorption, and float, so it is not just blasting constant voltage into your pack and calling it a day. The 16-foot cable is genuinely useful, long enough to reach the cart without repositioning the charger every single time. It is compact too, weighing just 1.32 kilograms, so storage is not a conversation you need to have. Now, the trade-offs. Only 97 reviews at the time of filming. That is a thin sample. There is no temperature compensation mentioned anywhere in the specs, which matters if your storage space runs hot in summer. And DUBEI-HU is not a name with deep market history behind it, so warranty follow-through is genuinely unknown. If you are charging infrequently and budget is the hard constraint, it is worth a look. But anyone running daily cycles or dealing with temperature extremes should keep moving. The next pick takes reliability a lot more seriously. Speaking of taking reliability seriously, meet the ePowery 18 amp 36 volt charger for EZGO TXT carts at $99.99 at the time of this video. That D-style plug fits your EZGO TXT exactly. No adapter hunting required. Right out of the gate, this one has the numbers behind it. 4.5 stars across 792 reviews. That is not a fluke. That is a pattern. The aluminum casing earns an IP67 rating, genuinely dustproof and waterproof, not just splash-resistant marketing language. You can leave this thing in a cart shed through a rough summer and it holds up. It weighs in at 5.5 pounds and ships with a 16-foot cable, so you are not doing an awkward shuffle to reach the port. The 18-amp output means faster replenishment compared to the slower 10-amp options flooding this category. Now, the trade-offs. This charger is built for lead-acid batteries only. If you have already upgraded or are planning to upgrade to lithium, this one sits this out entirely. There is also no temperature monitoring built in, which matters if your storage conditions run hot. Solid, proven, well-reviewed for traditional setups, but the cart sitting at number 1 handles a wider range of situations without flinching. And here it is. At $29.95 at the time of this video, the NOCO Genius One is the charger that makes everything else on this list look like it's overcomplicating a simple job. Over 62,000 reviews, bestseller badge, 4.4 stars. That's not a fluke. That's a product that keeps earning its spot. What actually separates it? 3 things that matter in the real world. First, it handles 6-volt and 12-volt batteries across every chemistry: AGM, gel, SLA, flooded, LiFePO for lithium. One charger, no guessing. Second, that integrated thermal sensor dynamically adjusts the charge rate based on ambient temperature so it doesn't overcharge in July heat or undercharge in January cold. That's the feature the last pick was missing. Third, force mode. Dead battery, 0 volts, completely gone. The Genius One can still pull it back. Most chargers walk away from that situation. This one doesn't. Leave it connected indefinitely and it monitors, maintains, and protects without you touching it again. Who's it for? Anyone with a car, truck, motorcycle, boat, or lawn equipment sitting in a garage between uses. That's almost everyone watching this. The honest weakness, it's only 1 amp, so charging a large, fully depleted battery takes time. This is a maintainer that can rescue, not a speed charger. But for the price and the versatility, it's almost unfair. So here's the thing. Most people get completely wrong. A higher price does not mean better protection. It often just means more lights on the front panel. What actually matters? 3 things: amp rating, chemistry compatibility, and whether the charger has a maintenance mode. Amp rating controls how fast you recover a dead battery. Higher amps, faster charge, but too high on a small battery, and you're cooking it. Chemistry compatibility is the silent killer. Hook a standard lead-acid charger to a lithium battery, and you've just bought yourself a very expensive paperweight. And maintenance mode, that float charge function that kicks in when the battery is full, that's the single feature separating a charger that preserves your battery from one that quietly overcharges it to death over winter. Price tells you almost nothing. Those 3 specs tell you everything. Keep that in mind as we get to the top pick. So here's where we land. The pricier options aren't bad. They just ask you to pay for features most buyers never actually use. The ones in the middle tier are fine, safe, forgettable. But the top pick? It wins on the 3 specs that actually determine whether your battery survives, and it costs less than the runners-up. That shouldn't happen, but it does. If you buy wrong here, you won't know it until next spring when your battery's already half dead. Don't let that be you. Links are in the description. Check current prices there. Subscribe if you want rankings with 0 brand deals attached, and drop a comment. What battery type is sitting in your cart right now? Links to everything tested are below.